Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning. Thank you, General Gowan. It really is an honor to be here at this 5th Regiment Armory here in Baltimore, which has stood here between Bolton Hill and Mount Vernon since 1901. In 1912, this historic building held the Democratic National Convention, which nominated soon-to-be President Woodrow Wilson. It's also where President Dwight Eisenhower delivered a televised speech in 1958 supporting Maryland Governor Theodore McKeldin. Now, McKeldin and I share the distinction of being the only 2 Republican governors ever re-elected in the state of Maryland. But today we're here for something that I believe all Democrats and Republicans should be able to agree on. Last month we wrapped up our celebration of 2019 as the Year of the Veteran in Maryland. But as far as I'm concerned, we can never do enough to raise awareness. Each and every year should be a year for us to show our appreciation for the brave service and sacrifice of our United States veterans and their families. Yeah. And so this morning I want to recognize all of our military veterans who have joined us here today. And I also want to especially recognize the elite soldiers and airmen of our Maryland National Guard. Please join me in giving all of them a big round of applause. Thank you for your service. So on behalf of all of the citizens of a grateful state of Maryland, I sincerely want to thank each and every one of you and all of our service members and veterans for your service. Our state is home to 370,000 veterans, 29,000 active duty military personnel, 19,000 reservists, and nearly 6,000 members of our Maryland National Guard. All of these heroes serve as a reminder every single day of the immeasurable cost of war and the immense price of freedom. Now, often decades after they hang up their fatigues, our veterans are still working tirelessly to strengthen our communities, to build up the next generation of leaders, and to advocate for their fellow veterans. In many ways, they've never stopped serving, and our state and our nation are better off because of it. All of our brave men and women in uniform have given more than most of us can ever fully know, and there are no words adequate enough to express our sincere gratitude, our respect, and our deepest appreciation to all of those who are currently serving and to all of our military veterans. Your selflessness and dedication are an invaluable asset to our state. You make Maryland stronger, and we want to do everything that we can to continue to support our guardsmen and active duty military and to make sure that our veterans can continue to live, work, raise a family, and to retire right here in the state of Maryland, which is why today I'm here not just to express our appreciation, but also to introduce legislation which will continue to demonstrate our strong support for our military retirees, our active duty military personnel and their families, and for our National Guard soldiers and airmen. The members of the Maryland National Guard represent the very best that our state has to offer. You have served us proudly around the world and here at home, from the streets of Iraq and the deserts of Kuwait to the mountains of Afghanistan, from assisting with massive snowstorms and the devastating flooding in Ellicott City to the riots right here in Baltimore City. And every single time that we have called upon you, you have always answered the call. Now, because technology continues to advance and battlefields are becoming more complex, today's members of the Guard require additional education and expertise. And so today, you're the first to hear that we will be expanding the Maryland National Guard State Tuition Assistance Reimbursement, or STAR program, in order to provide up to 100% of the cost of any in-state tuition for undergraduate and graduate courses, as well as professional, vocational, technical, or trade courses to all active members of the Maryland National Guard. And our budget, which we just submitted to the legislature this morning, increases funding for this successful program by 200%. We are also introducing legislation that will allow all members of the military and military spouses and veterans to have thousands of occupational licenses which they have earned in other states to be recognized right here in Maryland without making them start all over again when they come here to Maryland. This simple, common sense measure will make it easier for military families who so often are required to move from state to state. It'll enable them to make a smoother transition and to more easily and more quickly find the jobs and the opportunities that they need and deserve. Now, during my campaign for governor, I pledged to work hard to try to find a way to provide tax relief for Maryland's retirees. And I said that I wanted to eventually reach the point where we could eliminate all retirement taxes, just as many other states have done. That is still our goal. But I pledged that we were going to begin by repealing taxes on the pensions of the brave men and women who put their lives on the line for the rest of us. So during my first month in office, I introduced legislation to eliminate 100% of the tax on military retirement income. The bill was amended by the legislature to provide a tax exemption for the first $10,000 of those 65 years and older. So that bill was enacted, passed, and I signed it into law. It was a good start, but it wasn't good enough. So we came back again, and in 2018 we passed another bill. We pushed again to expand it so that all retirees would have 100% of their military retirement income tax-free. The legislature again refused to pass it, but we were able to win a 50% increase in the exemption, up to the first $15,000 in income, and it lowered the age from 65 to 55. So we've made progress for our veterans, but it is still not enough. You never gave up fighting for us, and we are not going to stop fighting for you. So today, I'm again introducing legislation to finally, once and for all, ensure that no matter your age, all of your military retirement will be 100% exempt from state tax. And not only have our nation's heroes earned this benefit, but it also helps keep more of our best and brightest right here in Maryland, which will in turn make our state more competitive with other states in the region and the country that already offer this important benefit. So, ladies and gentlemen, in closing here this morning, let me just say that in spite of all of the things that have sought to divide us in this country and which still divide us today, I believe that we're all brought together as Marylanders and as Americans by the tremendous respect that we hold and the incredible debt that we owe to all of those who have worn the flag of our nation on their arm, those who are willing to lay down their lives for the rest of us, to protect the rights and the freedoms that we all hold so dear. So I want to thank each and every one of you. May God bless you and your families. May God bless the great state of Maryland and the United States of America. Thank you all so much.